evening, freaks. I am coming at you as we just entered the new moon in Cancer here uh, in the Detroit area. And I thought I would dive in and do a little reading for you all. We're going to cover all signs. I'm going to touch upon the energy in this Cancer new moon, sort of give you a heads up about what kind of dynamics are in play, how you can best work through the situations you'll be navigating throughout July. This influence of this moon will be felt over the next 28 days, okay? That's the lunar cycle. So anytime we got a new moon, we're kicking off a new cycle. And this one is particularly potent. We really are wrapping up a karmic cycle and we're heading into brand new territory. It really is the opening of that fool's journey. There's been a lot of, kind of paying the piper. There's been a lot of wrapping up important lessons in our lives, important spiritual lessons, important personal lessons. You all are likely doing, the tail end of that work, getting ready to move forward in a new direction, getting ready to open up to new possibilities, moving into that expansion energy. With this Cancer new moon, we do have a tough aspect, and that's that it's square to Jupiter. Now, most of the time, we think of Jupiter as that like sugar daddy, of the planetary influences, right? We've got the Ten of Cups here. And yes, he does bring opportunities like that for sure. He does bless up where it's warranted, where it's what your due is. But the thing is with it square the new moon in Cancer, it's sort of like good luck comes through adversity. Um, this is an energy that challenges, it challenges our character, our integrity. Um, there will be opportunities to get sort of instant gratification on offer. And, it's funny, I've really felt this energy in the collective for a while, but I don't know how many of you are aware of who Templeton is, but Templeton is this rat that is one of the characters in Charlotte's Web. Um, Charles Nelson Riley did the voice for Templeton. And I don't know, Templeton just left a real lasting impression on my consciousness as a child. But Templeton, there's this song that he sung, "Life is a Smorgasbord," okay? And he really like went to town and overdid it at the carnival, He really just moved into that gluttony, It's like the seven deadly sins are out here big time right now. We all have a choice about how we want to move. And it's like, sure, we can go for the glimmery thing. We can go for the thing that looks enticing, the thing that sort of feeds our impulses and um, has us sort of moving out of alignment with our our higher consciousness, what we know is truly, like the right thing to do. Oh my goodness, sentience. I feel like a lot of the collective is in this battle within themselves. They feel sort of polarized. It's, it makes sense because everything that is uh, present in our external reality is also, going on energetically within the collective. It's all one energy at the end of the day. So we're seeing a lot of polarization in the world. We're seeing a lot of my side, your side, right, wrong. There hasn't been this middle way that's been found, but it doesn't mean that there's not another way there. Okay, it's like we're sort of in that process within the own microcosm of our individual lives too, where it's like, okay, we're getting pulled between two different things, two different directions, old ideas, new realizations, there's towers falling, things that you thought were a certain way are kind of, revealing themselves to be what you never expected. a lot of the influence of these changes that are coming in and the energy is ramping up, it's speeding up, it's getting faster, okay? It can be a little destabilized. It can rock you a little bit. And for sure, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. And collectively, we're all feeling that too. But there's also this lucky aspect with that Jupiter. It's like, yeah, you can take it emperor in reverse. You can go my way or the highway. You can, swing your dick around, Uh, you can move like that. You may get some instant gratification out of moving like that. But with this kind of astral climate, the end result is going to be Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and we all know what happened after that. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. So it's like you want to be aware of how you're moving right now. It's important. There's a need for temperance. I see that, the temperance card from the tarot in my mind's eye. There's this need to sort of balance out all that fiery, impassioned conviction, kind of more action oriented, impulsive energy with just a bit of the water energy of Cancer, a little bit of that nurturing energy. Cancer represents the mother, and there's a lot going on around this archetype of mother right now, isn't there? Right? And there's also a lot of fiery emotions around that too. So, when I think of this like mama energy, I also think of the cauldron and what can the cauldron hold? Well, the cauldron can hold that which creates transformation, and the cauldron holds creativity, and the cauldron also holds what can nurture us. You can make a lot of soup for the soul in the cauldron. You can make a lot of soup in the cauldron that can bring healing, that can bring balance. So I feel like there's this need to connect with like the mother aspect, that nurturing aspect, that receptive aspect. A lot of us are looking for solutions. We're trying to find the way through. We're closing old cycles. We have an idea of where we want to go. We sort of are beginning to see the path, rise up to meet us as we've been doing our work, releasing our bullshit, evolving, growing. And there definitely is the opportunity for growth and kind of overcoming these sort of knee jerk reactions and, shadowy aspects that we have where we can act out of our lower natures or just for the fun of the moment without really considering the weight of our actions, the power of our actions, the power of the choices that we make. But there's some positive influence here. We have Venus is sextile Jupiter, okay? And that Venus sextile Jupiter helps to, kind of bring in a bit of that softening energy. It helps smooth things out, it helps iron out difficulties. It also encourages a lot of growth, a lot of personal development, a lot of putting personal development actually into action, not just having the realization of what needs to change, but also doing what needs to be done to change and working more in a spirit of cooperative energy, moving out of that combative back and forth to finding the other way. There's a third way. It's all about finding that third way. It doesn't have to be also polarized, okay? That's what aligns with the solution. But this is the energy that's going to come in, that can really. Things around. I just saw kind of the deck here. We got the Lover's card on the bottom. We see a message, important message coming in. So this is a little bit of, guidance for the collective coming in, and move something forward in a relationship. Okay, so some of you are really dealing with relationships here. Chariot is all about moving forward. Maybe you've been pulled in two different directions. This might be coming up for air sign collective and fire sign collective, okay? Because I really see this fiery horse here and this winged Pegasus on the other side here. They're moving in two different directions, and this way forward looks a little it looks a little precarious. Okay, so um, there's that need, to uh, sort of have that tempering, cool it down a little bit, just cool it down just a little bit. There's this energy of wanting to really move forward rapidly right now, sort of chomping at the bit, right? People have felt held back for a long time. But the thing is believe me, the energy is going to really ramp up. So we're sort of at this point where it's like, there's this need, here it is, temperance, okay? There's that need for that tempering, all right? It can be a little bit uncomfortable to hold back, right? But that's how you get the diamond, all right? That's how you get the diamond. Diamonds are made under pressure, all right? It's all about being able to stay in that position of calm, calm, balancing, being very mindful about the steps you take now. Don't go and fuck things up just as you're lining things up to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And you'll pull a rabbit out of the hat. You'll pull something off that you didn't think would be possible. 11:33 on the clock when I said that. There was helpful energy coming in, but you got to wait. Just wait just a little bit longer, all right? Don't do anything impulsively, especially if you know that it's something that's out of alignment with your integrity and what you know to be true for you, okay? It's just like being true to your character. This is an astral climate where your character will be tested. It's all about, are you really showing up as you say you are in the world? If you aren't, there will be repercussions for that. We have to really take responsibility for how we're showing up right now. Life's going to hold us to it. You just wait a little bit. We got a lot of movement coming in, okay? Things are really going to be picking up here as we move into that 8th month, as we move into Leo season. It's really going to pick up, okay? So we also have Alhina, a fixed star that is a very beneficial influence. It really sort of highlights creativity. It highlights a lot of blessing for people who do any kind of writing, any kind of creative work, people who make music, and it also just brings like luck to those willing to think outside the box. It's like all the opportunities that are on offer in July are outside your comfort zone. 1313 on the clock when I said that, okay? 13 is a number of power, all right? It's a number of power, but it's also double fours when it's broken down into its numerology, and double fours make 8, okay? So this is all about fate and destiny, if you're brave, you can really make some amazing stuff happen for you this month. And you'll really see the results of that in Leo season. With the Sun card, that's when you're going to see everything come to fruition. You're going to get your flowers, you're going to get your time in the sun, your time to shine. It's coming. I know you all have been waiting. It's coming. But you have to take this risk. Some of you have to take a risk and you're really kind of hesitating. You're going back and forth on taking this risk in order to move forward toward what is up ahead for you. And it's up to you. You can do what you want to do. All right. You can lag behind. You can. I don't recommend that. I don't personally recommend that. It's better to just trust and flow with the energy and take the leap. There's so much to be gained through the leap, but there is a lot of growth on offer. And, if you are willing to sort of use this time to be moderate, just find the middle way. Work with people. Don't feed the fire where you see that things are combative. See how you can work things out. How can you be part of the solution? How can you sort of help to bring in that let's smooth this over energy. Let's make the way easier, in how we move forward in this situation. Then you'll really see a lot of things turn around. Okay. That's pretty much the energy on deck with this new moon. It is an emotional time. There is a lot of closing of old cycles. We are moving forward in a whole new direction. And a lot of you are going to be really surprised to see where you end up. But there's the opportunity to end July landed right in that like Nine of Pentacles, Empress energy, that place where you've really arrived at a place of personal fulfillment and satisfaction. You got what you need. You're materially, you're taken care of. You got the money you need. You're happy with the life you're creating for yourself, the direction you're moving in. But it does require you to take a leap. And this leap is unlike other leaps because it requires you to really take a leap and do it on behalf of yourself, like to invest in yourself and trust in what's really lighting up your heart, what's inspiring you, what excites you when you think about it. Maybe it also makes you a little nervous. Sometimes that can be a clue. If it scares you a little bit, if it gets the butterflies going in the tummy, that can be a good sign that um, there's an opportunity for some really important growth on offer that also leads you to your destiny. Whenever we're stepping into a greater potential in ourselves and in our life, it feels a little destabilizing. It's new, it's unknown territory, but there's a lot of gifts if you're willing to, sort of like, you know, step up to the plate. Go for it, go for it. See what you can make happen. I am going to dive right in to the reads for the signs, okay? We'll see how many I get through. All right. Right away, I see on the bottom of the deck here, Cancer. I see the Tower. I feel like you recently went through a tower in your life. I feel like something's come to light. Ted just gave an affirmative yes there. He shook his head yes. So I think you came to a realization, something came to light. This may have something to do with a Knight of Swords energy. That's air sign collective, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Maybe there was some kind of argumentative words exchanged with somebody that has one of those signs strongly aspected in their charts. Doesn't have to be, but I do see that something came in very swiftly. Something was illuminated for you very swiftly, and it kind of like, whoo, took you by surprise, shocked you a little bit. So let's see what else is coming in here. What is on deck for the Cancer Collective throughout July? What's on deck for Cancer Collective throughout July? What's on deck for Cancer Collective throughout July? I feel like you've been a little shaken up here. The cards are kind of shuffling, a little messy. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to figure out what to do right now. I think this has something to do with a soulmate, okay? Or somebody that you feel very connected to. You're feeling sort of at a loss about the way to move forward in this situation. For some of you, this involves a child. There's something going on with your child, and you're not quite sure the best way to move forward. Okay, I got to go on this. I got to go on this tangent for a minute here, okay? Because this is coming in real strong. This is not going to be everybody's story, all right? So with these reads, like take what applies to you and put the rest aside, okay? And just listen to the themes that come through. Listen to your intuition and how the message could be speaking to you. And also with the signs, when it comes to the signs, this is for any strong placement. So sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or where the house of one of those signs is really loaded with a lot of planets, it can have an influence. That being said, you don't know everybody's natal chart, okay? So don't get too hung up on it. Just get in touch with the energy. I feel like some of you, I just got that your child has been struggling, struggling a bit with their learning. Maybe they've had some problems in school. Some of you are considering if it's time to go a different direction with your child's education. You're trying to make a choice about this. Maybe there was something upsetting that happened at school with your child. And you've been very worried about if you are doing the right thing by keeping them in their current learning environment or if it's time to research other options. I think you're like feeling out these options, right? This is one thing coming in here. I'm picking up a lot around children right now. I think that's kind of obvious with everything that has recently happened in terms of pregnancy. And this is sort of at the forefront in the collective consciousness right now. And Cancer is represented as sort of that archetypal, mother energy. So I think this is really just in the collective atmosphere right now, but I am getting specific messages in general for those that are parents, okay? I also feel like there there are some of you, there's some of you that you are with somebody that you feel deeply in love with, but you also feel torn because you're on a different page when it comes to this matter of having children. One of you really wants to have a baby and the other isn't down. And so you've been really trying to navigate this emotional situation, and it's been a little confusing for you. And then in yet another case, I'm picking up that somebody in a relationship has a lot of options. Okay. And it's getting a little bit disillusioning. You're trying to figure out the best way to move forward in this relationship. Part of you is wanting to keep your options open. This is what I'm getting. Part of you is wondering if you can really trust this person. You feel like there's been a little bit of smoke and mirrors. Some things have been hidden from you. You sort of feel like you're being worked a little bit. I'm getting this kind of gaslighting energy is what's coming through, honestly. So let me see what else we got here. Yeah, I think there's been some dark times in this relationship with the star card, but we see there's a lot of hope here for things to turn around, okay? Aquarius energy with that star. And we got Gemini energy here with the lovers. I think there's an important message that comes in that turns things around for those who are concerned about the best way to move forward in a love relationship. Some of you may have been dealing with somebody who couldn't decide if they were really willing to make a commitment to you. And this might have been something very stressful for you because, you're wanting somebody who wants to build a future with you, not somebody who's just there for the night, and I think this probably caused a lot of difficulty for you. And you realized you might not be on the same page as this person. So you sort of pulled your energy back and been spending some time just nurturing yourself and getting in touch with what you're feeling about this situation. Is it something you can work through together? I think you will. I think you will. I do see a new beginning. We see that we've got the Page of Cups coming in here. There is that message that is here at the bottom of this Lovers card too. It's in the swan's mouth. Okay. And pages are all about, news coming in, communication. It does lead to a new beginning. All right. There's a wise recourse you come to. You're able to get in alignment with some clarity. What was in the dark is now you're able to see it. With that owl energy, owls are they're able to see in the dark. Okay, and I feel like you've been in the dark, but there's a message that's going to come in that's going to shed some light on this issue. You're going to know how to move forward, and it does bring healing. It brings something to celebrate. And we do see things moving forward in a very positive way. Okay. In the 8th month, I'm really getting that with the 8 of Wands here. Okay. So we're looking at August. So This is like the last little bit here, okay? And it was 25:11 on the clock when I said that. So things are really going to start to turn around. There, you're going to have a lucky break, okay? It's going to come in a way that feels very synchronistic, and it's really going to surprise you. I feel like in a situation where you feel like you've been like fumbling around in the dark, not knowing what the hell is going on. I think you've been very confused by this person. I think that you're going to get a message that sheds some light on what's really been going on. It's going to help make things very clear, and there will be some kind of new beginning and healing here. It brings a feeling of celebration, so that's really good. And for those of you who are, really struggling with issues around your child, I feel like you're gonna find the best direction, to go with that alternative educational route. I do see you taking a new action in regard to that in the fall. I do. I don't think you're going to keep your child in their present learning environment. I think you are going to switch things up, and I think you'll be very happy about this decision. I did get something more along the lines of like maybe like a Montessori school or some kind of more creative environment. I feel like your child would really benefit being in a more creative environment, and that actually where, you've been told that your child is having trouble keeping up or that they're going to have to hold them back. You get your child in the right kind of learning environment, they really excel, they move forward quickly. So that's a really positive sign coming in here. Yeah, and we do see you're wondering, if I go this direction, will there be growth? Will there be new growth? And there absolutely will be. This is the month to really make clear where you're going to invest your energy and then start to nurture that direction. Okay, things can't grow if you don't nurture that direction with your investment. Okay, but if you do, we see you stepping into this Empress energy, and that is the blessing that comes in with Alhina, that fixed star. It brings the opportunity to step into this fulfilling place in your life where all your needs are met. You know, you're moving into a time of abundance. The Empress is also a very creative energy. And for those of you who maybe have been trying to get pregnant, there is this baby message coming through, this child message coming through. For those of you who have been wanting to get pregnant and maybe you've been seeing different doctors, I get maybe some of you have even been working with different like holistic health practitioners because you've been having fertility issues. And this could be on either end. I'm getting on, in some cases, it's not necessarily the mother to be that's having the issues. It's the man that's having the problems. But either way, I see that there's been like some kind of alternative health route taken with this. And I feel like this could be the month that you find out that you have conceived, okay, and that a baby's on the way. So let me get a cut of the deck energy here for Cancer Collective. Yeah, we see wish fulfillment. All right. This is good. This is such a beautiful sign. It looks like things are really going to turn out well for you. So where, you've had sort of a setback. Ooh, yes. And there's that creativity again. Yeah, those of you who are really feeling challenged about what to do about your child's education, the problems they're having at school, get them in some type of creative learning environment, even if you don't get them into, another school. Maybe get them involved in some art classes or see what they're interested in exploring creatively. I feel like your child has this need for more creative expression, and this actually really activates their learning centers and helps them excel. There's nothing wrong with your child. It's just the teaching method has been off. The teaching method's off. There needs to be a different approach. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Cancer Collective, in this upcoming month of July. And happy birthday to all of you. All right, I'm going to move into Leo now. We're starting out For those of you who will come a little later in this video, we're starting out with Cancer Collective, okay? And we're moving forward through the whole zodiac for these reads, but I did want to put Cancer Collective front and center because it's their season and it's their solar return. So we're going to do that every month from here on out with these What's on Deck reads. We'll start the sequence that we move in from the sign who is currently having their solar return. All right, Leo. So let's see what is on deck for Leo in this month of July. What's coming up for Leo Collective in this month of July? Cool your jets, I just got, Leo. I don't know what's going on. Your home situation is kind of being challenged right now. If you don't cool your jets, man, you're going to really cause some problems in your current living situation. That's what I'm seeing. That Four of Wands in reverse there, right? I think you need to hold back a little bit. You may be feeling this impulsive energy pretty strongly right now. Yeah, I see like you have this strong desire to move out of your current situation, wherever you're at right now. We see the Six of Swords with the Three of Pentacles here. I'm really getting the feeling that you're not wanting to work with the person that you are living with, that you're wanting to separate their energy from them. This is for those of you who live with other people who do not live on your own. This does not necessarily have to be a lover situation. This can be just a roommate situation. But I see there's been some kind of disruption or lack of basic compatibility with the people that you're living with. And in some way, I feel like there's something really shady that's been going on with this Seven of Swords, okay? There's some fuck shit going on in your living environment. You may actually even have somebody that's stealing from you in your living environment. I just got that. Like maybe they're going through your stuff when you're not around, like they're rifling through your room, you know, going through your things. I got some of you are having, you know, roommates eat your food, you know, take your things without your permission. I feel like there's been some boundary violations here. Your home is not feeling very much a home to you, and you're wanting to separate from these people. Yeah, we see a lot of dissatisfaction here with the Four of Cups. Okay. I do see that recently you were offered another alternative and another option as far as a different living situation, but you're not like happy with it. You're like, I don't want to go there either. I think right now you're just kind of taking the risk to let everything just sort of come undone. You know, you're trying not to resist this shit, even though it feels supremely challenging for you. I feel like you're really moving into this letting go energy and you're trusting that things will align as they're meant to. But I think that this is the decision you've come to. You've decided that you're done settling for this situation and you're ready to move in a different direction. I'm also getting that some of you were in a relationship where you were really wanting marriage, you were wanting a serious commitment, and you learned that that was not going to happen. That the person that you were with actually wanted more of an open arrangement. They wanted to be able to be involved with other people. And so you're kind of like, I don't need to drink out of your cup then, okay? If everybody else can drink out of the cup, then I'm not interested. I'll pass on that. And you took the L. Yeah, this may have something to do with an Aries. We do have the Emperor here, okay? But it can be any like boss energy. You know, this is definitely like a very, you know, alpha male type of energy. It can be a little bit of my way or the highway, definitely running like strong Mars energy. And you know, that's the thing is it's like if you've been dealing with somebody like that, if they've made up their mind about what they want, the Emperor is a very independent energy, you know. I don't think there's anything there. We see that there is the death card came in here. Scorpio associated with the death card, okay? Um, yeah. Yeah, it's okay, you know. I feel like it's okay that this came to an end. I feel like it actually frees you up in an unexpected way. I think you were putting a lot of your focus and attention on this particular situation, on this particular person, and it's actually distracting you. You're meant to really pour a lot of energy into your work right now, you know? You're meant to put a lot of energy into your career, building something for yourself. There's a creative aspect to it, and it's something that'll bring you a lot of personal fulfillment and abundance. Yeah, you know, if this sort of balances your scales with this justice energy here. Okay. I feel like you've come to a place of karmic completion with this old cycle, this person you were with. You are moving away from this energy. You're definitely moving away from this energy. And it's just sort of like a redirect of how you're putting your focus now. You're no longer putting your focus on, I'm getting you're not really putting your focus on relationship as much as focusing more on your career at this time and what you can build for yourself. That's what I'm really picking up. I'm also feeling that some of you have felt very disappointed by how you've been treated on the job. You feel like somebody sort of stole your thunder, you know? Um, you even feel like somebody's been sort of like taking credit for your work, like ripping off your ideas. I just sort of feel this energy of like raining on your parade, you know. There's also kind of this third wheel energy there coming up in relation to the work situation. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I want to see more about that. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't really worry about this too much. I wouldn't worry about this too much. I think you brought forward an idea. You were hoping that it would get this really like warm reception. You know, you thought people would really be into it, but they just weren't as inspired as you were about it. And then you sort of started doubting your current direction because you felt like, well, I really want to put my energy into this. I think there could be a real opportunity here, but these other people aren't interested in doing this with me. You know, this is the truth, okay, with the Ace of Swords here. I think this is a real inspiration you're having here. I think you're meant to approach it on your own. I think that's why it wasn't jiving with these other people. Yeah, you know, you got the star energy here. You know, sometimes you have to strike out on your own. You're supposed to be in the star in this story, okay, Leo? You're supposed to be the one who shines, you know, and this particular star, I love it. Look, there's this sun in the background there, you know. Um, follow that, follow that inspiration, you know. Maybe it wasn't meant to be shared with other people. Maybe it's your gig, man. Okay. Kind of the deck energy. We got the Hierophant here. All right. So I get two messages with this because the Hierophant, everybody talks about like, oh, it's such a spiritual card and so wonderful. It's also a card that's about a lot of fucking restrictions. It's about the man. Okay. So for some of you, I feel like you've been in a career direction that's really been stifling you and not allowing you to really bring your ideas forward because maybe there's sort of like this vetoing process that takes place. Like you have to present your ideas to the group and the group has to agree on it. And you're just different. Like you're moving a little bit outside the path. You're moving outside that box. And like I was saying before, to move outside the box is where you're going to find the new path. That's where the opportunities arise for you. So I think you're really starting to realize if I keep investing my energy in this current work dynamic, I'm sort of like hitting my ceiling. Like I can't continue to grow in this environment. And I think you're starting to you know, make the choice to switch things up a bit, and invest more in yourself. I think that you might be a little bit worried about your security with this, with that Four of Wands in reverse. Like you're kind of stressed. How is this going to affect my basic stability? But I see, you know, you're able to gather people around you that will be interested in your new direction and what you do. Like you can kind of build your own thing, form your own community, you know, and I think it'll work out really well for you. Okay. So that's what I got for you, Leos. You know, a lot of dynamic opportunity on offer. Looks pretty good to me, but you know, invest in yourself. All right. Don't let nobody boss you around. Don't let anybody make you feel like they know what's best for you better than you do, because that's some fuck shit. Okay. All right. Virgo Collective. What is coming up for the Virgo Collective in July? What's on deck for Virgo Collective in July? Just a reminder, as I'm doing these signs, it's for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or even if you have that sign house strongly aspected in your chart, loaded with a lot of planets, even if those planets are in a different sign. You know, having a full house can definitely have a big influence, all right? Let's see what is coming in for the Virgo Collective in July. What's on deck for Virgo Collective in July? Whew, okay, that one landed right in my lap, so this will be interesting to see what that card is. What is coming in for Virgo Collective in July? Virgo Collective has a lot to say, apparently. All right, let's have a look here. First of all, I got to see what landed in my lap. I got two that landed in my lap. I got two that came out like a crossing influence. I got one there. Ooh. Okay, this is very interesting. So we have the Star in reverse and we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, I'm getting a message here that you're about to go through something, Virgos, in July that at first it looks like the biggest fuck you. I don't know how else to say this, but at first it looks like your wish just got like ripped out of your hands. Like what you thought was going to be just your dream come true ends up being a total illusion. All right. I see this reversal energy. And then I think that this will be sort of like a rug pulled out from under you experience. I feel like somebody that you've had on a pedestal is going to be taken off of that place in your life. I think you're going to find something out about somebody that kind of changes your view of them. But there's this really weird energy around it because I feel like it ends up being such a good thing for you because you realize it actually frees you. It frees you and you realize you dodged a bullet. You know, this is the message I'm getting. What is revealed to you about this person makes you realize that what you at first saw as a loss is actually a lucky break. So this is that kind of like wicked blessing energy coming in. Now, I ain't gonna lie, it does require you to approach it with a more sort of philosophical view. You know, look at things with a little bit of a higher awareness, okay? Oh my gosh. What do you need? It does require you to take a more kind of philosophical view of the situation. I'm not going to say that this is going to be an easy realization for you, but we do see that you're dancing at the end of it. You're celebrating at the end of it. There's this feeling like, ooh, I dodged a bullet. Okay. Yeah, I do think there's going to be some kind of betrayal here. We do see Five of Swords. Okay. This isn't the easiest message yet, but let me see what's crossing the influence. Yeah, I mean, but look what we got here. Crossing influence. We have the sun, Leo season, brings news with this page of wands, possibly from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. That brings happiness, that brings joy, that brings success, that has you stepping into the sun, the true sun. Because look here, in this star card that's reversed, there's a sun up here, okay? And the star is a card that's all about um, getting through, sort of a dark passage by cling to this like little light of hope. All right. I feel like when you go through this experience, I just want to prepare you for it. All right. I'm not one of those readers who's going to tell you everything's going to be, lollipops, rainbows, and unicorns. Okay. I'm just not. I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm also not just going to be like, oh, you got this really shitty thing happening. Good luck with that. No, I'm going to do what I can to help you navigate this in the best way possible. Okay. What you couldn't see before because you were looking at it the wrong way, you're going to get a clear view, okay? You're going to get a clear view and you're going to realize that you sort of like invested your faith in the wrong direction. But you're going to see the truth in this situation. Something's going to come to light for you and you're going to realize that you put your eggs in the wrong basket. That's what I'm getting, all right? And at first it's going to be disappointing. All right. It will be disappointing. You're going to feel a sense of betrayal here and disappointment. You know, it's going to hurt your heart, man. I'm not going to lie. And it brings change. It brings abrupt change in your circumstances. Okay. But what you realize is that this change also brings in news of a new direction, and that arrives in Leo season. It arrives in August. May even come in with a Leo energy. We do see there's something really to celebrate. There's happiness here. There's joy. The sun is a very positive card. It's the happiest card in the deck. This may even be happiness in relation to a child. Some of you, again, it's coming through this message. I don't know if it's because of Cancer energy being so front and center with the moon, but for some of you, this is about pregnancy. You've been trying to conceive. Some of you have had an issue with that. You may have even had a miscarriage. I think you're going to find that you are pregnant. This could be a very good month for conceiving. But we do see whatever loss comes in, it brings reward. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This could be around a job situation too. I say that because we see this Ten of Swords energy, okay? So there's this ending of the cycle. You decide you're going to dead something. I'm not going to put any more energy in this direction. And when you do that, you step into this Emperor energy and it brings the Ace of Pentacles. It brings a new beginning. It really up levels your finances, sees you moving in a big boss energy. I think some of you have been in a position where you haven't really been able to shine. That's what I'm getting, okay? With this star in reverse, you haven't really been able to shine. You haven't been able to really show people who you are and what you're capable of doing. Your career has really kept you kind of limited, man. And I think you're going to turn that around. I think you're going to decide, you know what? I'm not going to hang out in the background anymore. I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to show people what I can do. I do see you striking out on your own. You're going to take action to start something of your own. I see it being really successful too. This can be your baby. Your work can be your baby. Yeah, I see this as something you really believe in here. You're standing on your conviction. You're striking out on your own. I think you're tired of working with other people. You see things very differently. You have different ideas. You don't feel very inspired by your current work situation. I feel like there's been some kind of disruption or hassles with your current work situation. But I do see you stepping out on your own, stepping out on your own. And here's this Empress energy and this strength card, sort of overcoming the things that have held you back from striking out and doing your own thing in the past. Maybe you didn't have the confidence before, but I see you really invoking that Leo energy, and having that confidence and being ready to have your time to shine. And I see you going for it. It's going to be super successful for you. Okay. So, stay true to your vision. And if you feel like, you're sort of wondering, should I take this risk? Should I really just take a risk and gamble and doing my own thing? I say yes, I do feel like you're going to get some kind of news coming in that's going to make you really happy. And it does give you this opportunity to explore this direction. And very quickly it grows. You might be exploring a creative direction. We see it grows from the Page of Cups to the King of Cups here, okay? And again, for those of you who are seeking to have a baby, you may find out that there is a bun in the oven. Yep, Ace of Wands. That wand may have manifested a pregnancy there, okay? But I think that, either way, whether that wand symbolizes, the seed of a new life, or whether it's the seed of a new life direction, you'll know how that's speaking to you. But there's definitely a fertile energy coming in for you to replace what kind of was left barren. That's what I'm getting. There is some kind of disappointment, though, to move through. So just be prepared for that. That is coming down the pipe. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this read right here. And I'm going to start up the second video. I only get an hour to record in my StreamYard software before they cut me off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into the other sides. In the next video, we'll kick it off with Libra. And yeah, we'll see what's ahead for us in July. Be back soon.